Get your cameras ready, folks. This ain't gonna last long.
What's up? This is your boy D all the way G coming back at you with another video. In this video, we're gonna talk once again about Tekken 7. For those of you that have been following me and have been watching my videos, y'all should already have an idea or should already know my top 3 characters that I use and are dedicated to with Tekken 7. But in this video, I'm going to go in a little bit in depth on why I use these top 3 characters. And this is the reason why I call this video my fighting trio. I'm going to go in depth on why I use these top 3 characters, and hey, y'all could be amazed on what I got to say about it. On side of style and gameplay, you know, there's other good reasons on why these characters are my top 3 fighting trio. And you know, a few of the reasons are even a little bit personal, even, you know, kind of stemmed even outside of video games, you know, to be quite honest with you. So, you know, it'd be kind of interesting to see what I got to say about my fighting trio. So, you know what? Let's get into this shit. Craig Marduk has just recently become my 3rd string character. You know, ever since the trailer for him was released a couple of months ago. You know, I've always enjoyed playing with Craig Marduk ever since he was introduced to us in Tekken 4 and then of course Tekken 5. Man, Craig is just one of those just, you know, fun type relaxing characters, man. I've always, you know, played with him to a certain degree, to a certain amount of time. Actually in Tekken 5 I spent a lot of time playing with him, so when he was announced, man, that was like, you know, that was just like the biggest hooray for me, damn near, for Tekken 7 when Craig Marduk got announced. You know, I really wasn't expecting him to be back in Tekken 7, especially not this soon anyway, but I'm glad he's here. Now that he's here, he's my 3rd string character. And one of the big reasons that I like Craig Marduk is because every time that he's in a Tekken game, he always resembles a famous WWE wrestler. Whether it be Stone Cold, Goldberg, or even in Tekken 7, man, they got him looking like Braun Strowman. Man, I remember back when he was introduced in Tekken 4 and his character select picture, I was like, damn, this dude looked like Stone Cold Steve Austin. And, you know, Steve Austin is my favorite wrestler of all time, so that's the reason why, you know, Craig was pretty much a game favorite for me. He had that same Stone Cold look to him. And then, you know, even now, like, he still has it if you customize him right. That's one of the reasons what I like about Craig is that, you know, he resembles these famous wrestlers, man, almost to a T. And he pretty much almost, if you really think about it, he's got some of their moves to a certain degree. He doesn't have a stunner or nothing like that, but he damn near fights like him.
I will crush you!
Now, as far as the gameplay and the style is concerned involving Craig Marduk, here's what I like about Craig, is that he's powerful, but he's also slick powerful. And what I mean by when I say that he's slick powerful, he can get off some big ass damage with some short combo strings. You know, you don't have to, you know, do anything so outrageous with him to get some considerable damage on your opponent. So, you know, to me, that's very rewarding in a sense. You know, he's got a couple of unblockables here and there, but unlike King and Armor King, his unblockables actually make sense. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he doesn't have no cheap shit going on with him. You know, Craig is what you see is what you get. He's all authentic. Like I said, man, he's slick powerful because, you know, even though he's got some good big damage max combos, even like his little his medium-sized combos, you know, they do a good deal of damage. Then they can also put the opponent into situations where they really have to guess as far as, like, you know, his little ground leg grab and all of that. So the opponent is going to have to guess whether are they going to sit there tech roll, or are they going to be Kimmy. So they're going to have to do all that guessing, or else he can just pick you up, throw you, and that move also is slick powerful. Maybe a little bit overpowered, but you know, hey, there's so many of these characters, and Tekken 7 got some overpower, over cheap moves, man. But that leg grab on the ground, man, hey, I love that move, man. To the point, I love that move so much. Hey, I'll even spam it if I have to. You know, just word of warning. If y'all come across me, I'm using Craig, man. That leg ground throw that he got, man, that move is badass. Now, of course, the one thing that I am shitty about is pretty much, you know, a lot of the DLC characters in Tekken 7. It's just that we didn't get a story with him. I was really, I'm really anxious to see what's gonna really happen with him and the Kings and the little, this little, triangle rivalry that they got going on. But I guess we just gonna have to wait another time for that because, he didn't get a story implemented with his DLC. So I'm kind of shitty about that. But, overall, man, Craig, man, he's fun. He's entertaining, man. Definitely my third string character. And like I said, right now, I'm training real hard with him. I just want to make sure that he's just crisp and ready to go. And he's also got some pretty good win poses too, man. His win poses is funny and entertaining. I like his win poses too.
You win. Time for a nap.
Now my secondary character, y'all already know, is Katarina the Cat Alves. Now I gotta keep it real with y'all. When Katarina's trailer was first released, way back when, before Tekken 7 was released here, man, I didn't even think too much of her. I just thought she was just another add-on fill-in Tekken character to save space up. But once coming against some Katarinas in a ranked match when I first started playing Tekken 7, I was like, oh man, she could be kind of cool. So then, on a day I just picked her up, see what I could do with her, and then I was just feeling her. I like the kicking styles, her technique, man. She reminds me and favors Sarah Bryant from Virtua Fighter. As y'all just saw, the similarities and the style is pretty much almost identical. Now, Kat, she definitely has her fair share of criticism. A lot of people don't like her. She gets criticized an awful lot. For the most part, she gets criticized for her, for her single tap limb attacks. But to be quite honest with you, when you come up against a dedicated Katarina player, you're not gonna really see that unless it's part of a combo. So, that whole thing about she's just totally easy to use, man, come on, man. Hey, all I gotta say is, somebody that actually thinks that, pick up Katarina. You are going to lose a lot of matches before you win a single match with this character. Because I'm gonna tell you something with Katarina, when I first started, to learn her and play with her, I found myself getting counter hit to death. I mean, to this day, I'm pretty much probably a great player with her. Man, she's counter hit open, so it is not easy to win with her at all. This is a character, she has to pick her spots. She has unsafe moves. She has dangerous moves. So for people that think that it's easy to play with her, man, you know what? Go to the dojo. Get some Advils. Make sure some Advils are right next to you because you're going to have some headaches learning her. And also, when you go out there on ranked match or go out there on an offline setting, have a lot of Advils with you because you're going to have a headache even trying to keep from getting counter hit with Katarina. That's how hard and difficult it truly is to win with her. And then on top of that, to really become great with her, you got to be truly patient because you're going to get your ass kicked at first when you're learning her. You're going to get your ass kicked because you have to learn to pick her spots with her. You gotta be decisive with your moves. It's with Katarina, she's down there like a Virtua Fighter character. You really have to have Yomi. It's really like chess and checkers with her. She's not a typical Tekken character, I'll tell you that. And that's probably the reason why she's my secondary character.
KO.
Now this move here, this left mid-hand attack that she has, man, this is clearly her best move. This is her best single move, and the reason why is because it puts a lot of pressure on the opponent to play defense. And if you going up against an opponent that just likes to try to mash something out to try to, you know, reverse the situation, this move is great for that because it disrupts things. And then not only that, this move can set her up for the Harrier. It can also set her up for like an ingoing throw. So this is a very strong move. It's clearly one of her best moves. It gives her a lot of options, and also it gives her it actually gives her time to set up her defense, because you can keep doing it up to 3 times, because the opponent is going to kind of try to figure that out and throw something out, and she can get hit with a counter hit. But this move clearly here, it sets things up. It does put a lot of pressure on your opponent's defense, and it's a nice move to, you know, to kind of think ahead while you're doing it. See, for an example, I like to use this move if it's kind of like mid-fight. I like to use this move because I'll try to sneak in that low, or I'll try to just go in for the throw. So, you know, hey, I just gave up a tactic right there. So if you come against me, and if I'm using Katarina, you're probably going to look for that. You know, I like to use this move to try to get that throw off, because if I get the throw off, that separates space. Katarina can get her defense and setup and all that. And then that's where she can sit back and wait on you and kind of play her game like that. So by far, this is clearly her best move. And another one of her moves, which is my personal favorite move, pretty much every player that uses Katarina, this is probably a personal favorite, of course, is the low sweep tail move. And this move here is, you know, Katarina's opponents, every single opponent looks for this. They look for this low. It's a dangerous move to do, but, you know, it's like when you use Katarina, you have to do this move, because this is where her combos really come from. It's a nice combo starter. And also, you know, if you can get your opponent in situations where they really are confused and don't know whether they have to defend or anything like that, this move is also good. So, you know, if you can just learn when to do this move and learn the timing of it, man, this move can be potent when you're using Katarina. So, you know, I train hard on trying to use the move as safe as I can use it, but boy, they look for this move. Like, everyone I come across looks for this particular move, because, I mean, dang, you block this move, she's gonna take big damage from the opponent, big combo. But, you know, it's another one of her best moves. I like the move, and then I really don't, you know, like the move as far as combos concerned. I just like the move because it's another move that creates space. So if I can get the move, if I confirm the move, and if I'm not able to do a combo quick in time, I'll just do a little 1-2 and just try to regain my ground. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good move, and that reason also. But, you know, but this move here, this is probably the most looked for move in the game, especially when the opponent comes up against Katarina. They look for this move almost to the point where they just sit on the ground like they just going to take a shit on the ground, because they look for this move so much. But this is still, it's a dangerous move, but overall still one of her best moves. You know, Katarina's a fun character, even though people think she's like a low tier character. While that may be true, you know, she is a little bit on the low tier side, but she's a fun character to learn. And, you know, if you can really, you know, get down with the timing, pick your spots with her, man, she's a satisfying character. And she's got some silent power too. She's pretty powerful as well. I don't know where her rank is as far as female power rankings, but she's there. She's got a mean pack behind that kick. So Katarina, secondary player, and Tekken 7. Here we go. It's time for the main. This is what y'all been waiting for, right? Main character, my man Eddy Gordo. Y'all already know if you've been following the videos. I am a dedicated, hardcore Eddy Gordo player. Eddy for life. That's just how it's always been ever since he was introduced in Tekken 3. And the reason why, well, first of all, let me say this. I will get to the Eddy Gordo hate in just a moment. But the reason why, the deep reasons why Eddy Gordo is my main character and always has been, is because I really have like a personal connection and I can relate to this character, because one of the things about it is I happen to be a 7-year practitioner in capoeira, so that's one of the connections that I have with him. And then another connection that I have with Eddy Gordo is that I just look so much like him. Check it out. Point made. When you look at him, you're looking at me. I practically am Eddy Gordo. Now, as I promised, I'm going to address the Eddy Gordo hate that is just, so rapid in the Tekken community right now. I don't know why people hate Eddy Gordo so much. Actually, I do know the reason why people hate Eddy Gordo. And really, I guess I could speak for all Eddy players, intermediate, expert, or whatever, because really the Eddy Gordo hate, it's jealousy hate. It really is. It's jealousy hate. And here's where the hate comes from. The hate comes from when a person actually wants to learn Eddy Gordo, they find out that he's not as easy or not as cheap as they thought he would be, and then they just put him down and just go, oh man, I hate Eddy, because they know he's more difficult. He's difficult than what some YouTubers or whatever might tell you, or even some Tekken online players that tell you, oh, Eddy's cheap and all that. Yeah, just like I said about Katarina, go to the training mode and go learn. Go find out for yourself. But here's the thing with Eddy Gordo. These people have actually done that. They've actually tried to learn him, and they figured out that he's not as cheap as everybody says that he is, and they put him down, and then they just be like, oh, well, I hate Eddy, just because they didn't learn him. So that's where the hate comes from. It's jealousy hate when it comes to Eddy Gordo. Everybody knows it. He's not a cheap character at all. When you talk about it, okay, he's a little bit intermediate. He's not quite an expert character, but he's far from a beginner character. I hear that a lot too. Oh, you're using Eddy Gordo. He's a beginner's character. Man, you must be out of your mother bleeping mind thinking that Eddy is a beginner's character. Man, come on. Like I just said, that's just jealousy talking, because we all know 65% of a lot of these Tekken players have tried him, and guess what? The results didn't work well for him. So that's the Eddy hate in a nutshell. That's where the real hate comes from with Eddy Gordo. And I think another reason why people hate Eddy Gordo so much too is because his movements. People just don't like his movements. It's just really just too much for people. So when they go up against him, they just don't want to have the patience in fighting him. And you know what? I guess I can understand that. I guess. And you know what? It is so funny, man. It just tickles me what's going on in Tekken 7 regarding the Eddy Gordo hate. I mean, think about it. You got a character that shoots torpedoes at you. She also shoots her head at you. You got characters that throw tigers at you. You got a Street Fighter character in the game. You got a Fatal Fury character in the game. You got little bitch ass Noctis in the game. No, this character sucks. And then everybody hates Eddy Gordo. Give this character a break, people. So now a couple of moves that I like to use when I'm playing with Eddy Gordo, and this is probably another reason why people just hate Eddy Gordo, is because of his moveset. And one of those moves, of course, is the slippery kick, although that's not the original name for it, because like I said, I'm a capoeira practitioner. The actual name for it is flares. But the slippery kick, man, everybody just hates this move because me personally, I think it is Eddy's best move, both offensively and defensively, because Eddy Gordo goes up against a lot of aggressive, angry opponents. Like, they're just so angry at him, and it's almost like, even though I think Harada is a dope, Harada was kind of, well, hold on, let's go back. It's not Harada that did this. This move has been in here ever since Tekken 3. I damn near was about to give Harada some damn credit, man. What the fuck's wrong with me? But yeah, whoever the original creator was, I think they kind of knew that about Eddy Gordo, that he was going to get this aggressive hate. So they added in that slippery kick or slash flares. And this move is good offensively and defensively, because us Eddy players, man, we come up against so much mashiness and so much anger. Man, that slippery kick is essential. It is essential, and a lot of Eddy players don't use it enough. I try to tell other Eddy players, use that move because you are going to come up against some aggressive anger, because you're using Eddy Gordo. So that move by itself is, one of his best moves, because it helps him offensively and defensively.
KO.
The move is also a nice, good combo starting move. It's probably one of his top 3 moves to start a nice, good max damage combo. And basically with this move, here's what I like to do with this move from an offensive standpoint. With this move is really good to use at the start of rounds. This is a nice move to use at the start of rounds because this is where your opponent is going to start to back up in defense. That's when you can use the slippery kick. Right at the start of the rounds, do a dash, do the slippery kick. That's when I like to do it, even though I'm kind of giving off my little tactics, but it's alright, I'll adapt. But that's a nice time to use the slippery kick right when the round starts, because that's when opponents, like to backdash into defense. So I like to do it like that. Like I said, it's a nice combo starter. You get some nice max damage off of the combos. And then it's just another thing with the slippery kick too. You can either go to handstand or you can go to negativa, which is the laydown. So you can do a lot of things with the slippery kick. It's just, it's like I said, to me personally, I think it's one of his best moves. I think it's one of the best moves in the game. Me personally, I know somebody in the comment section is going to try to correct me saying that it's not. I understand. I just think it's, it's just one of the best moves in the game. Like I said before, because not only is it an offensive move, it's also a defensive move. So with the slippery kick in that manner, I like to use it at the start of matches. And if you're an Eddy player and if you're watching this video, man, take heed of that. Always, 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 yes, and I'm saying always, do this move at the start of matches. Yes, you will have 65% success. Yes, you will. Trust me on this. You will. Now the elbow uppercut, I absolutely love this move. Now this move here, one of the things about Eddy Gordo is when the opponent goes up against Eddy Gordo, they really don't expect the Eddy player to throw out hand attacks. I'm an Eddy player, I throw out hand attacks all the time. And to be quite honest with you, it almost would seem like when you go up against me, I'm going to throw more hand attacks than I do leg attacks. Man, I'm just keeping it a buck. And one of those best hand attacks is the elbow uppercut, man. I absolutely love this move. This is another nice, move that you can do when you're under pressure and you get the timing right. And, it's a nice counter hit move. You get your opponent in counter hit. It can also start a max damage combo. I also made a video explaining Eddy Gordo's and a lot of his moves that start in big combos, and you can go ahead and check that video out. And that video explains it better than I'm explaining it by words. But like I said, the elbow uppercut, man, I really like that move because, like I said, you get your opponent in counter hit, you can get max damage off of that. Even if you don't get your opponent in counter hit, what it does is your opponent falls backwards, and that allows you to set your defense up. And that also allows you to kind of, stalk your opponent too. Eddy Gordo's got a lot of stalking moves where he can kind of just wait on you to get up and he can pounce right on you. He's got the little slide kick where he can do right when he knocks you down or something. So that's kind of hard for opponents to defend also. So the elbow uppercut, I absolutely love this move. I recommend other Eddy players use this move a lot as well, because one thing about this move is that, like, a lot of opponents do not expect hand moves from Eddy Gordo. So this move here, man, if you learn how to use it right, learn the timing, man, this move can be potent to getting better with him, and it can be potent in victories as well. So the elbow uppercut and the flares, to me, are the two best moves that Eddy Gordo has. That's just to me. It's not written in no stone. It's just to me. I just kind of feel like those two moves are the two best moves to where you can perform max combos, and they're also, to me, the two best moves where they also work in a defensive approach. When you're going up against aggressive characters, just check out my videos that I have with Tekken 7 with Eddy Gordo. Man, I know it's pretty much in all my videos I kind of show that how effective the elbow uppercut can be. So that move, elbow uppercut, man, it's cut, man. It's just like it's cut, man. It's a cold move, man, for real, man. Like I said before, if you're an Eddy player, man, these two moves, man, learn these two moves, learn when to do them, learn the timing, get them down, man. You be dangerous, man. You be dangerous. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope y'all enjoyed how I explained in depth why these characters are my fighting trio, and I hope y'all enjoyed while in depth that Eddy Gordo is my main character and why I ride with him for life practically when you talk about main characters. So you know, leave a like if you're feeling the video. You know, comment down below, give me your comments, whether it's respectful comments, give me your hate comments, or you know what I'm saying, or disagreement comments or whatever, you know, just put it all down in the comment section, man. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, so go ahead and do that. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and this is D all the way G. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.